Hello everybody, I'm making an Easter top hat today and I thought I would share the process with you all. For the first part there are a few things that I needed. This included 2 sheets of A4 card, a pen, a round bowl which fits onto a child's head, in this case my 3-year-old son, scissors and a paper trimmer. The paper trimmer isn't necessary, you could use scissors, but I'd just like to make my life easier. Using 1 sheet of A4 I traced around the bowl and cut it out. Next, I wanted the height of the top hat to be about 1/3 of the width of the second A4 card, which I cut out with the paper trimmer. Using a glue gun, I've joined it up to make a cylinder. Then using the 2/3 of card I had left over, I traced around the cylinder I just made and cut that out as well. Next, using the glue gun to join, I've glued the circle onto one end of the cylinder. And finally, before I head on to painting, I've glued the open end of the cylinder onto the large circle piece to create the top hat. It's supposed to be an Easter bonnet for Akil's nursery, but I felt like doing a top hat rather than a bonnet, mainly because bonnets feel more like they're a girl thing. Anyway, here I'm going in with some metallic green paint which I picked up from Poundland. Even though it's really cheap, it's got a surprising amount of pigmentation. I only had to do 2 layers using 2 blobs of paint as you see here, and I used very thin layers so that each layer was drying in 15 minutes. Also, the paint really is metallic, it's not glittery like some of the cheap acrylics can be. My camera decided to stop recording the gold and the bronze painting part, but what I've essentially done is painted a thin layer of metallic gold acrylic onto the top half and blended it down to create a kind of gradient. Then I've covered the top with gold and now I'm going in with metallic bronze and I'm going to concentrate it to the centre. I also used the bronze to paint the bottom before I realised I hadn't cut a hole for the head. So in I go with a craft knife to cut 4 flaps before dividing them with scissors into 8 flaps. Then I simply just push them in. The layer of bronze paint was a little too thick, so I brushed some onto the side to create a gradient which goes from bronze to gold to green. Once the top hat was all dry, I let Akil to join in the decorating. He's currently showing signs of autism, so his speech and understanding is minimal. I wouldn't say activities like this is challenging because he enjoys them. I'd say it's more time consuming than normal, mainly because he has trouble understanding what he's being told. We cut out some butterflies and flowers from scraps of card left over from making the top hat using these stamps I already had. Then dabbed on some paint using a ball of cotton wool. I've gone back to the gold metallic paint and quickly added a trim around the hat. So here's the final piece. The chicks, eggs and the green 3D stickers are from Poundland, which cost £3, but I only used half of them because Akil's brother also has an Easter egg project to make for his school. The 3 metallic paints are also £3 altogether, and I'm pretty sure they will last through many more projects. And yeah, Akil got paint on one of the chicks, so I let him do the rest to match. That's it guys, bye!